Persuasive speech. What enemy makes you dependent on the want and need of its own presence? The enemy is ironically called social media. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Quiroz, and today I'll be informing you on the negative effects and consequences of social media on our lives and our community. While understanding our digital information and footprint is never safe. On the surface, social media can display a very many conveniences. I used to partake in all means of social media communication, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram, to name a few. I would utilize these platforms for catching up with old friends, making new ones, and keeping up with the latest and greatest trends. As this world is thrusting us forward to a more digital online age, we must understand that these social platforms are doing more harm than they are good for our well-being. We are being attacked on all fronts, particularly in three major points that I would like to share with you today. These three main points are social and mental aspect of isolation and being alone. Secondly, predatory targeting advertising. And lastly, big data and our privacy. Moving on to my first point. In an article dated August 13th, 2018, titled Loneliness and Isolation, where the author Christina L. Lyons states that loneliness afflicts millions of Americans across all the U.S., and that some experts think that the problem is getting worse. Driving in changes of family structure and reliance on technology rather than in place of face-to-face discourse. All this is wreaking havoc on the relational component of our humanity. As you can see here, the author also provides a picture of this young lady at her college walking through a travel display tour that's designed to raise awareness about suicide associated with loneliness and isolation. This is happening across all the United States. To physically isolate yourself from human contact and then be bombarded by social media, the very same tool that is isolating you, is borderline torture. Moving on to my second point. In an article dated January 25th, 2013, and the title of Social Media Explosion, where the author Marcia Clement mentions that the use of social media comes with a price. Every photo, upload, click, like button, personal data, all that's being sold to all businesses for advertising for you and me. In other words, you're paying a price to share your life online that comes at a cost, and all the gains to the advertisers. But if you're not careful, it can cost you your personal freedom. Which brings me to my third and final point. Based on an October 25th article titled Big Data, Privacy, written by Tom Price, the use of big data, including tweets, Facebook posts, emails, are all controversial because of the potential of eroding of individual privacy. The uses by big data involve businesses, governments, political organizations, and other groups that are vacuuming up massive amounts of information from our social media, our computers, and our cell phones without us knowing or even understanding how it is happening. In conclusion, living social isolation, predatory targeting, and big data infringing on our privacy are all factors that we as consumers need to be made aware of. We must be vigilant that these powerful companies do not take advantage of us and that these organizations are doing worse to us by our health, our lives, and our communities. They're basically doing more harm than good. We must take action, as I did 4 years ago. I deleted all my social platforms, from Instagram to Facebook to Twitter. And my family and my friendships are all the better for it. And I've become stronger for all the better for it. If we continue down this path, the negative effects and consequences of social media will affect our lives, our community without irreparable damage. Thank you.